Met you at a roadside bar, half past closing time. Said you were heading west. I said I didn't mind. Two strangers and a tank of gas, no plans beyond the night. Just headlights cutting through that pale Nevada light. You said, what are we chasing? I said, I don't know. You smiled like that was reason enough to go. Strangers on the passenger side, laughing like we got nothing to hide. Every mile of borrowed song we sing until it's gone. Maybe we won't last past dawn. Maybe that's alright. Strangers on the passenger side, riding through the night. Told me about Tennessee and the things you left behind. I told you about a heart that needed time. Wind whipping through your hair, moonlight in your grin. Funny how a broken road can let new stories in. No promises to keep us, no past to defend, just a stretch of highway and the bend. Strangers on the passenger side, windows down and arms out wide. If tomorrow takes you east and I keep rolling west, at least we had this sky burning bright. Strangers on the passenger side tonight. Sometimes the best connections aren't meant to stay. They're just a little spark along the way, a name written in dust, then blown aside, still worth the ride. Strangers on the passenger side, two free hearts in overdrive. No forever in our hands, just this stretch of land. If I never see your face again, I'll remember that light. Strangers on the passenger side in the night. In the night, passenger side. Cross that state line at 6 a.m., sky just turning red. Welcome sign in a rising sun, burning overhead. Truck stop coffee in my hand, dust on my boots again. Feels like something's shifting underneath my skin. Every border I've been crossing ain't just on the map. Somewhere between who I was and who I'm becoming at last. State line sunrise, new sky in my eyes. Every mile behind me, smaller in the light. I don't know what waits ahead, but I know I'm done looking back at midnight. State line sunrise feels roll out in amber waves like a quiet hymn. Thought I'd carry on my ghosts, but I outdrove them. There's a freedom in first light breaking through the gray, like the world forgives you at the start of every day. No one here to question where I've been before, just an open stretch of highway and something more. State line sunrise, new sky in my eyes. Every mile behind me, smaller in the light. If I keep this engine steady and my heart wide open, there's no such thing as lost in the morning. Maybe home ain't fixed in place, maybe it moves with me. Maybe it's the space I make between what was and what could be. State line sunrise, hope in disguise, painted in gold across these county lines. I'm not running anymore, I'm finally moving on. State line sunrise, moving on, moving on. State line If you ever think of me when the sky turns gray, I hope it feels like warmth on a colder day. Not regret or heaviness, not a tightening chest, just something soft and distant at rest. If you hear our old song in a crowded place, I hope it brings a smile to your face. Not the ache of what we lost, not the weight of blame, just a quiet recognition of my name. If you ever think of me, let it be kind like rain against a window or a passing sign. We were only human, trying to believe. If you ever think of me gently. like a perfect flame, just someone who once loved you without shame. If I cross your mind on some November night, let it feel like distant stars and softer light. Time will fold us differently into separate days, but somewhere in the silence, a small part stays. Not enough to hurt you, not enough to stay, just enough to whisper we were okay. If you ever think of me when the years are long, let it feel like something that made you strong. We were never forever, but we were real. If you ever think of me, let it heal. Let it heal. Let it heal. Wild lines running south to north, like they've got somewhere to be. Sun burning through the windshield glass, spilling gold on me. Mountains rising far ahead, but never close enough. Funny how the things we chase are always just beyond our touch. I used to think the finish line was something I could find, but maybe it's just a moving edge of sky and time, where the sky won't end. That's where I'm going, past the fear of falling short, past the doubt I've known. Every mile keeps whispering you're closer than you've been, out where the sky won't end. Billboards fading into dust, names I don't recall. Every town I pass through feels smaller than it all. I'm not racing anyone, not trying to win, just trying to feel the wind against my skin. There's freedom in the open, in the endless blue, like the road keeps stretching out to pull me through, where the sky won't end. That's where I'm driving, not to lose what's behind me, but to feel alive again. If forever's just a line, Every dream I ever had is written in that bed. I'm not chasing distance, I'm chasing who I am. Where the sky won't end, I'll keep rolling through the fire of the sunset, through the cold blue morning. If the road keeps asking, I'll answer it again. Out where the sky won't end. Where the sky won't end. Won't end. Won't end. Won't end. Won't end. Windows down, Pacific wind, salt on my skin again. Cliffs falling into blue, like they got nothing to prove. White lines bending with the shore, waves crashing more and more. Radio playing low, some song from long ago. You laugh and brush your hair back, sunlight in your eyes. For a moment nothing's missing, nothing to disguise. Pacific wind, carry us over the edge of what we were. Ocean wide and reckless blue, like every dream we never knew. If the road never ends, I'd be alright with that. Pacific wind at our backs, seagulls tracing lazy lines over coastline signs. Your feet up on the dash, time moving slow, not fast. We pass towns we'll never know, let the whole world go. Just the rhythm of the sea, keeping time with me. There's freedom in the open, in the way the horizon bends. Like every mile is saying, we can start again. Pacific wind, carry us over the edge of what we were. Ocean wide and reckless blue, like every dream we never knew. If the road never ends, I'd be alright with that. Pacific wind at our backs. Maybe love is like this coastline, curving out of sight, sometimes crashing hard, sometimes shining bright. If we drift like sand through each other's hands, at least we felt the tide. Pacific wind, carry us past the fear and past the rush. Golden light on everything, like the world just learned to sing. If forever's just a bend in a long white map, Pacific wind at our back. 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 Bought a one-way out west, didn't pack too much, just a worn-out jacket and a little bit of trust. Full tank waiting in the drive, engine humming low. Feels like something in my chest is ready to let go. No return address, no safety net, just a quiet kind of faith I ain't named yet. One way out west, full tank, no regrets. Every mile ahead of me is all I've got left. I'm not running from the past, I'm just giving it some rest. One way out west. Oh, past the county line at noon, sun high and white, rear view holding yesterday, smaller in the light. I thought I'd feel afraid of burning every bridge, but sometimes you gotta jump before you build the ridge. It ain't about escape, it ain't about loss, it's about the moment you finally take off. One way out west, heart out of my chest. Every doubt I used to hold settling in the dust. If tomorrow never looks like anything I guess, one way out west. Past the bend, maybe home ain't where you start, but where you begin again. And if I break along the way, at least I'll know I tried, instead of watching life just pass me by. One way out west, full tank in my chest. Every mile a second chance at being my best. No more waiting on a sign, no more second guess. One way out west. Oh. Neon buzzing in the rain, vacancy sign glowing, fast machine and distant train, somewhere always going. Paper cups and vending lights, always smelling cheap. You said you couldn't sleep tonight, neither could I, it seems. We talked about the roads we chose and the ones we didn't take. Funny how a stranger knows the cracks you try to fake. Neon after midnight, truth comes easy in that light. Sitting on a motel bed, talking till the world turns red. Tomorrow we'll be miles apart, different towns, different skies. But tonight we're honest, under neon after midnight. You told me about Arizona and a brother back at home. I told you about California and learning to roam. There's something about a temporary room that makes walls fall down, like we're just two passing souls in a nowhere town. No expectations, no disguise, just tired hearts and open eyes. Neon after midnight, feel sound like cigarettes and doubt. Neon after midnight. Baby, all we ever are is moments passing through, little sparks in roadside dark that burn a shade of blue. Not forever, not goodbye, just a flicker in time. Neon after midnight, morning creeping into sight. Suitcases and coffee cups, engines turning up. You'll head east and I'll go west, under separate skies, but I'll remember. Neon after midnight, after midnight. Midnight interstate, no cars in sight, just a silver moon and dashboard light. Lines flashing by like a heartbeat slow. Out here nobody needs to know. There's a quiet kind of honesty in the dark like this, where every thought you bury starts to exist. Midnight interstate, wide awake, every fear I tried to shake, riding shotgun next to me. They're losing their weight gradually with every mile that rolls away. I'm learning how to stay on this midnight interstate. Past an exit I once took years ago, back when I didn't know what I know. Funny how the same black sky can feel so new when the version of you is different too. No traffic lights, no crowded lanes, just me and the hum of open plains. Midnight interstate, wide awake, every mistake I used to make looks smaller in the rearview glow than it did back home. If healing has a sound, his tires on this ground. Midnight interstate. Maybe I was scared of stillness, that's why I drive. Maybe I just need this motion to feel alive. Maybe peace ain't silence, maybe it's speed, carving out a space to breathe. Midnight interstate, no more wait, every mile recalibrate. If I never find the end, it's okay, my friend, I'm exactly where I need to be in this dark, wide country. Midnight interstate. Interstate. Midnight interstate. Sun melting low on the dashboard glow, dust rising soft behind, two-lane ribbon stretching thin through red rock and open sky. Radio hums an old refrain about love and leaving town. Wind rolls in through the driver's side with a lonely freedom sound. There's something in the light out here, makes the past feel small, like every wrong turn I ever took don't matter much at all. Golden hour on Route 66, sky on fire, no regrets, shadows long in the rear view glass, all the things I won't look back. Every mile feels like forgiveness, every breath like brand new air. Golden hour on Route 66, I found myself out there. Heat waves dance on the asphalt line like ghosts I used to know. Thought I carried them in my chest, but I let them go. Desert wide as a second chance, quiet as a prayer, no one asking who I was or why I'm even here. Just the tires and the turning earth and the fading afternoon. Feels like everything I lost was making room. Golden hour on Route 66, sky on fire, no regrets, mountains painted copper red, all the words we never said. Every mile feels like forgiveness, every breath like brand new air. Golden hour on Route 66, I found myself out there. Maybe freedom ain't a place, maybe it's the letting go, maybe it's the way the light turns the dust to gold. I don't need a map tonight, don't need a reason why, just this endless stretch of road and this western sky. Golden hour on Route 66, heart wide open in my chest, all the weight I used to hold falling off in shades of gold. If tomorrow never finds me, I'll be somewhere in that flare. Golden hour on Route 66, still driving out there. Still driving out there. Golden hour out there. Came in like September, soft light through the trees, golden on the pavement, carried by a breeze. There was something in your silence, like leaves about to fall, a quiet kind of beauty that didn't try at all. We walk beneath the amber sky, hands brushing in between. Every word you whispered felt tender and unseen. I knew you wouldn't stay long, like warmth before the cold. Some loves are meant for holding, some are meant to let unfold. You felt like autumn, warm but leaving soon, like shadows growing longer underneath the moon. I try to keep you closer, but seasons never stay. You felt like autumn, and autumn slips away. Now the trees are standing bare, branches thin and wide. I replay our laughter like footsteps side by side. There's a sweater in my closet, it still smells like your skin. I wear it when the evenings start folding in. Maybe we were never meant to see the snow. Maybe love is just a light that teaches us to let go. You were never mine to keep, just mine to understand. A fleeting kind of miracle I held in open hands. You felt like autumn, falling slow and sweet, like rust beneath the skyline, crushing at my feet. If loving you was temporary, I wouldn't change a thing. You felt like autumn, and autumn always leaves. Autumn always leaves. Autumn always leaves. We don't fight like we used to. We don't even raise our voice. There's a silence in the hallway, like an unspoken choice. Dishes drying in the kitchen, TV glowing blue. We sit across from each other with nothing left to prove. Your hand brushes past mine, but it doesn't stay. Every word feels measured, like it's scared to say. There's a space across the table, wider than before, and I don't know what we're waiting an answer for. It's the quiet between us, louder than a scream. It's the weight of almost and what we used to mean. We're not breaking, we're just bending thin. It's the quiet between us, settling in. I remember when your laughter we're just afraid of what the truth might say. Maybe we both see it, but look away. If silence is a doorway we're too scared to close, then we're standing in the middle of a love that froze. It's the quiet between us, gentle but severe. It's the sound of something fading, year by year. If love doesn't shatter, but slowly dim, it's the quiet between us, letting light grow thin, letting light grow thin. There's a quiet in the kitchen tonight. Coffee's cold by the sink. Streetlight flickers in amber and white while the whole town falls asleep. Your sweater's still hanging by the door, like you're walking back in soon. But the rain keeps knocking on the glass, singing a different tune. I trace your name in the fog on the window by the stairs. Watch it fade into nothing, like the weight we used to share. Every drop is a memory running down the pane, and I wonder if you hear it too, or if it's just my rain. Rain against the window, soft and slow, like the words we never let show. Falling in the silence where we used to be. Now it's just the rain and me. There's a photograph on the table, edges worn and thin. We were laughing at the ocean, salt pressed to our skin. I keep thinking I'll get used to this, the hollow in the room, but the storm outside keeps whispering, you left too soon. Maybe love is just a season that the weather couldn't hold. Maybe we were just a fire burning quiet in the cold. I still listen for your footsteps every time the thunder calls, but all I hear is water running down the walls. Rain against the window, soft and low, like the truth we didn't know. Falling through the evening where you used to be. Now it's just the rain and me. Just the rain, just the rain, just the rain, just the rain and me. I wrote your name in a notebook on a page I tore out. folded it into a paper heart, then filled it with doubt. There are words I never mailed, sleeping in a drawer. Every sentence I was scared to say still echoes in the floor. I keep the envelope unsealed, like I might change my mind. Like courage comes in quiet waves if I just give it time. But time moves like a river, and I'm standing on the shore, holding on to things we were, but aren't anymore. These are letters I never sent, ink bleeding in the rain. All the love I never spent, still calling out your name. If silence is the price I pay for not knowing what to say, then every word I buried is a ghost that chose to stay. I see you in the grocery store and strangers passing by, in every song that sounds like us, in every soft goodbye. Maybe love is sometimes braver when it's left unsaid, but bravery feels different when you're lying in your bed. If I could fold the sky in half and tuck it in your hands, would you read the spaces where my trembling used to stand? Would you hear the trembling between the lines I crossed? Or would it just be paper for a love already lost? These are letters I never sent, drifting out to sea. All the things I almost meant are washing back to me. If silence is a kind of love that lingers in the dark, then every word I never sent is still inside my heart. Still inside my heart. Still inside my heart. Wipers moving back and forth like a tired refrain. Clouds hanging low enough to taste the rain. The city disappears behind a blur of steel and light, and I'm alone with every thought I try to fight. There's something about the highway when it's wrapped in mist. It feels like all the questions are hard to resist. I turn the volume softer, let the engine hum. Every mile feels heavier than the last one. Driving through gray sky, trying not to look back. Every memory flashing in the lines of the distance would be mercy, like rain on burning ground. But some things follow quietly, without a sound. Your name is in the silence, between the radio waves, and every passing exit sign feels like a mistake. Maybe freedom isn't moving, maybe it's staying still. Maybe love was never something we could will. I keep both hands steady, though my heart drifts wide. There's no map for healing, just an open road to ride. Driving through gray skies, letting tears fall slow. Every drop a reminder of what I couldn't hold. If the storm keeps calling, I won't turn around. Driving through gray skies, till I put you down. Through gray skies, through gray skies. Steam rising from the mug like a ghost in the air. Morning light on the curtains, you're not there. I sit across from your empty chair, hands wrapped tight. The silence tastes different in the early light. Clock keeps moving forward like it always does. But something in this kitchen is missing us. I pour another cup just to feel the heat, but it doesn't want what's underneath. Coffee gone cold on the counter by the sink, like the words I should have told but didn't think. Love doesn't always break, sometimes it just slows, like coffee gone cold. Before you know, there's a ring upon the table where your cup would stand. I trace it with my finger, like I understand how something so ordinary can feel so wide when the smallest absence is amplified. Maybe we were fragile in ways we didn't see. Maybe we were drifting gradually. I give anything to sit across from you again, even if growing cold, morning turning gray. Every habit we once held slipping away. If love can fade, so